Well, first and foremost, the name of the album is Rich as in Spirit. The name came about 10 years ago when I first got locked up. Me and my buddy Chicken, we were talking, and I told him my name was Rich Homie Quan. He was like, well, what Rich stand for? And at that time, I told him, like, Rich stand, money, dollar sign. You feel me? So as time was just prevailed, as time went on, he might have came to me like 4 months later. He was like, I got it. It's Rich as in Spirit. And when he said it, it just stuck in my head. Like, I liked the meaning behind it. So, and I just told myself, like, when I make my album one day, I'm gonna name the album Rich as in Spirit. And that's what I did. But it took me probably like 10 years just to get a meaning of what it meant to me. And what it meant to me was basically what it say, Rich as in Spirit. It has nothing to do with the value of a dollar. You feel me? As long as you're full of yourself, you know what I mean? It's something to do with the inner you, something to do with your confidence. You know what I mean? All that is within your spirit. And it's rich. Like I say, it's full of yourself. Can't nothing bring you down. No negativity despite what they say. Your spirit rich. And that's what it means to me, and that's what you hear based on this album. I'm just like in tune with myself again. You feel me? I'm comfortable again, like, and you can hear it.
Have you been getting different feedback, or is this album title a response to certain critiques or feedback you've been receiving recently?
To be honest, like the feedback been, I would say, better than what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I knew I got down on the album, but it was more like a gift and a curse, like, cause I hadn't dropped no music. So at this time, like, it's like people just miss my voice. You feel me? And the shit I'm talking about, niggas ain't talking about it no more. It's like, at first when I came out so hot, they saturated my sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, they as an artist, they saturated my sound to like, shit, there was so many Rich Homie Quans out here, you didn't know, you couldn't just hit the original sound no more. So it was like, so to me, it was like, get that time to play out, which I did, and get on time to miss me again. So when I hit, bro, I'm gonna hit hard. Like, I know what it's gonna do.
A lot of comments I see, what happened with Rich?
Yeah.
What happened? Where did he go? Is that the answer to that question? You wanted people to miss your voice and there was too much saturation?
That too, but at the same time, I was just going through, like, working on me too. Like, I just had some demons I had to face, you feel me? Like, I was broke, I started making money fast. When then I couldn't buy myself, you feel me? Had a lot of yes men around. I just had to recenter myself. You feel me? Just get back focused on what Quan wanted. You know what I mean? I just want to have fun again.
Looking back, 2020, did you take too much time away?
To win, looking back to win.
Just looking back in hindsight, because there's a period of time you weren't around,
Yeah.
right? Was that too much time you've been gone? Do you wish you would have came back sooner? Is this the right time to come back?
Like, I wish I would have came back sooner, but the way it played out, I'm glad I didn't come back when I came back, because then I probably would have dropped my album before I'm dropping it now, and I wouldn't be as smart as I am now. I know what I know now. So yeah, I wanted to drop my shit then, but the way the timing played out, ain't nobody finna, man, we're gonna kill the internet. Niggas ain't talking about what I'm talking about. You feel me?
The artwork to the album. Give me the whole concept of the artwork and why you chose the artwork to look the way it does for this project.
Well, for one, I was basically doing my artwork off of a CD, like, cause so when I got the idea, you know what I'm saying, I was just thinking how I wanted to see myself on the CD case, in the CD case, on the shelf at Walmart. You feel me? Then while we making it, so in my mind, like, so we just do a regular random photo shoot, and I just thought the picture that we selected was just fire, from the shirt I had on, the silkness in it. Like, the shirt had so much attitude in it. Like, I felt like the shirt had a spirit in itself. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted that look to be my cover picture. And I said it like when I was putting on the clothes. So I guess I just felt it. I felt like it was right. But I picked that picture because that's the picture I saw myself in, like in the best spot on the shelf until they discontinued CDs and shit. So that's how I saw myself looking on the shelf. That's how I want to see myself.
The release date, was there any significance on the release date for this project?
No, to be honest, we wanted to drop it earlier, but at the same time, we wanted to have enough time to promote it the right way. You feel me? The album been done since like December, but we had to make sure we strategized the right way. We wanted to make sure we marketed the right way. Just so like, I don't want to put this music out to deaf ears because I know how much time and like all I done put in this shit. Like, you feel me? I've been working on this album my whole life, bro. You feel me? Like, you can say 2 years, people can say a year. You can even say like, it took me 3 months to do all the songs, you can say that, but technically I've been working on this shit my whole life because I had to go through shit and see different stories to be able to talk about them. You feel me?
Happy with the date that was chosen?
I ain't to be honest, I ain't give a damn when it came out, long as the shit come out. Like, they could have gave me January 1st, New Year's, or you could have gave me January 31st, the last day of the year, as long as my shit dropped, bro.
The amount of songs on the project, why that amount for this one?
I wanted to go with 19 songs. Well, we want to go with 19 songs because, like you said, for one, I haven't put out a lot of music. And, you know, the game is singles now, so I just look at it like we're going to put out 19 different singles. You feel me? If that's the case, you feel me? So I like putting, even if you go back to Still Going In, we always put out, like, when we do big projects, it's going to be like plus 18 songs going back to Still Going In before we reloaded it. Even just from my promos, I was like, that's what we've always done. No features. Quan, talk your shit, tell your story. And we just want to get back to that regular formula. Like, you feel me? Like, even with 19 songs, I feel as if that still ain't enough for me to talk my shit. You know what I mean? But it was enough to create a vibe. 19 songs was enough for me to create a vibe. You know what I mean? Just talk about my spirit. Did that make any sense?
How many songs did you have to choose from before you got to the 19?
Probably had like 45 songs to choose from, if not more. That was just, I would say we did 45 songs within a 3-month time frame. So I did like, from the first song I recorded to the last song I recorded, I knew like I was in album mode. So within album mode, 45 to 50 songs we choose from.
How long does that take to narrow down? 45 to 19?
Oh man, I would say probably about a month because we want to ride around and make sure we were selecting the right songs. You feel me? Like, I want to make, like, you got 50 good songs, but at the same time, you got to find, I wanted 19 to make sure they all, like, were corresponding with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chain Reaction, I wanted to make sure 19 all told the story or had similarities in them where you feel like that same type of pain. And 19 songs, what we got off of it. You feel me?
Who put this track list together, and what was the process behind it?
To be honest, man, I text Monte. I was just like, shit, the label need a track list, bro. All the songs my baby like, so I can't just, I wouldn't gonna tell you what song I would have picked. I knew I was gonna put Reflecting #1 though. I knew Reflecting would be #1. And I knew like, Think About It would be the last song. So that's what I try to do, like as a narrator. I know my intro and my outro. The way you put my story together, I prefer the listener to do that. You feel me? So that was just constructed by the team. As a team effort. And I like the shit right from the beginning to the end. I just know I narrated it. My brother put it together. You feel me? And that's what it is. Like, we're gonna present it to the world, 1 through 19.
Let's say somebody has seen the artwork, but hasn't listened to it yet, or maybe they've just come across about hearing this for the very first time. Yeah. How would you describe the overall sound of this project?
Well, first, there's 2 parts to that. I would say, even if you never heard my music, you're just looking at the cover, you can just tell by the look in his eyes. Like, that's what I look at when I look at it. I just see the look in my eyes. Because I look cockeyed a little bit, but I guess I was concentrating on the lens. And it just showed hunger. That's if you never heard me. Then if you have heard, like, one word to describe it, I would just say original, narration, storytelling, morals. Yeah, those are the words I would use.
Any remorse in the songs chosen, the final 19, or the actual track list order? Like, is there a record you're like, man, we should have knocked this off, or we should have added 20 songs or 21 songs, or maybe we should have put this song towards the top a little bit higher?
I wouldn't even lie. Like, the song I felt like least confident about would have been 34. And that's what we just pre-released. Only because, like, that wasn't your typical Quan. Like, I couldn't even hear myself on the track when 30 played it for me. But whenever a producer would tell me, like, I made this one for you, I take liking to that. Because, like, I think the beat might have had my name on it, so you took time out to name the beat me. let me just take time out to listen to it to see if I can just hear myself on it. And it turned out to be a good song. It turned out to be like one of my favorites off of there because none of the songs sound like that one. And being the fact I didn't like the song, that makes me, you know what I mean, like it even more because I know it's mine.
Financially, how much does a project like this cost to create?
A project like this financially, I don't think we should be talking about that. You feel me? But it depends on how far you want to go with it. Like me, I got in tune. It depends on what type of producers you have. Like I don't want to tell you the exact number I spent. Then the label, I'm like, oh, he spent it. Nah. So I don't know. But it can get as big as $1 million. It can get as small as 100,000. This is what you put into it. You feel me? But you definitely gonna spend some money on your album.
Let me see if you could answer this though. Okay. Is it something you went over or under your budget that you had in mind for something like this?
If anything, there's never enough promotion, never enough marketing. You feel me? So if anything, I put the rest of the money toward marketing if we can. You feel me? So yeah.
Was it worth it? The amount of money, whatever it cost to create, was it worth it?
Of course it was worth it. Like you gotta think, my story was created when I was broke, so the level of money just put me in a different, in a different bracket. You feel me? Depending on how big the bag is, depending on how many people you touch. You feel me? So the story been told. I ain't need no money to tell the story. I could have told the story broke and just on how many people gonna be able to relate to it. You feel me? Without me having money or being able to look like something. You feel me? You just gotta look like you fit the job description. In the game of rap now, you don't have to fit the job description. As long as you look like you fit the job description, they're gonna listen. Starting with #1, Reflecting, produced by 30 Rock. And I'm picking this song because this is how I usually tell my story. This was the start of the story. This was the second song I recorded. And it just comes on like an intro. You know what I'm saying? It comes on like an intro. And I think it was the way he saved his bass line for the verse, the way he saved the 808 for the verse, is what really got me attached. Like, I was like, damn, we definitely gonna make this #1. You know what I mean? From the way the hook is just, it's unorthodox hook. It's not your ordinary Rich Homie Quan hook. It's just you can tell I've elevated. You know what I mean? In my hook game, and I'm just like I'm picking my words like correctly because I know like this is something my kids are gonna be able to type in and see like, damn, Daddy dropped the album. So I want to make sure I say the right shit. So when they hear it, like, damn, I want them to be proud of what their daddy did. You feel me? #2, I would definitely say Fuck With Me. That's the next song record on there. I like this song a lot because I got co-production in it. And this is basically like, this could have been #1 because I'm talking this shit. I'm really talking this shit. You know what I mean? After that, I'm gonna skip down to a song called #8, It's Perfect Flower. And I made this song for the women. Cause like, I paint pictures to my women, like women are some, like my biggest fans are women. You know what I mean? And I just want to let the women know I haven't forgot about them. But there's no such thing as a perfect flower to me. You know what I mean? But in my eye, I'm painting a picture as if a girl is my perfect flower. So I definitely like that. 30 Rock made that beat as well. I want to get into number 10, Achieving. Achieving is way left field. You would have never expected me to make this type of, I wouldn't say that. Because I never expected me to make it like a flex type of record. But Achieving is definitely Caribbean type feel, produced by Cassius J. And like I said, it's the 808s and the snares. Like I love 808s, but the tempo is different on here. It's definitely island and Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? I remember, I can't remember a line on it because I be freestyling and everything, and I was so caught up in the moment. But Achieving I could definitely see a girl doing like a salsa belly dance to the hook. You feel me? It's a song on that called Deep. And this is what it is, it's deep. It's me getting back in depth. Like, this me telling my story. It's about the good, the bad, mostly bad. Because, for some reason people relate to more bad than they do the good. So Deep, it's dark. I definitely see the visual for that being dark. I wasn't in a dark place when I dropped it. But, like I said, I'm a narrator. Like a lot of the stories I might tell, like, may not be my story. I may be talking for you because you don't have the voice to say it or you're not on the platform I'm in. You know what I mean? I could be telling a story from one of my fans I've seen. They might not be telling me to tell the story, but I may see a comment and the comment may inspire a story, if that make any sense. Yeah, so Deep is deep as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to at least just like remember one line or a quote from him. Deep, I don't know, but it shit hard as fuck. Like, I don't know. So after Deep, I would say From Me to You is my favorite track on the whole album, produced by Tasha Couture. You know what I'm saying? And this one of my this one of my favorites. For one, the bass line, it sounds like it's off beat, but my flow so hard. Like I remember my line out there because it's my favorite song. It be like, and I keep them hoes at my spot like Michael Lowry. Got a bad little bitch. I met her at the Paris, at the Eiffel Towers. I bought a brand new watch for my birthday, but I ain't put no ice around it. I can't change the person I am, but I can change the things that I did. And they say some more shit, but it's the truth, you feel me? I'm talking about making my girl have an abortion. I still think about it, you know what I mean? So that shit just deep, like, I'm just talking about, like, I know I'm rich, but I ain't talking about a lot of rich shit in here flexing on the people. Because when I start doing that, that's when people can't relate to me. So I just want to stay relatable, stay humble, and I try not to forget where I came from on this album.
Co-production, you mentioned that at the beginning of the segment. What does that mean? Define that.
Co-production to me, like I help produce, input, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even just say it comes from producing. Co-production can come from just having the ear for music and want to make like small changes, you know what I mean? Like, or even like changing to be like, even when I get a 2-track beat, he might bring the 808 in too early, and I might want to cut the part out from the end of the beat and put that in the first 8, and that could be co-production. You know what I mean? So co-production is, to me, like anybody who's in that studio helping take that song to the next level, it's co-production.
So it doesn't have to physically
be
beat making.
No, not to me. It doesn't physically have to be beat making. It could be someone comes in and say, "Hey, I think the song should be played in a G or note, which is equivalent to a A or something like it." But it doesn't have to be physically. You know what I mean? I feel as if co-production could be one little input.
Is this going to lead to more co-production?
For me,
yeah.
I think we've just awakened a monster. Only because, like, you gotta think, I started off making beats. So, but this like 10 years ago. But I couldn't focus on making beats and just rapping. You feel me? So like now, even like, I'm not just making whole beats by myself. It's just me. I got a keyboard. I just might hear something I wanna add, or they might wanna, let me put the bass line in because I know what type of bass I'm gonna ride to. So it just helps create a monster, man. Like, I'm getting so dangerous. So if them niggas was scared then, imagine how they gonna feel now. You know what I'm saying?
Any features on this project?
Well, I'm gonna just go out what Gucci said. When you the GOAT, you don't really need features to tell your story. And that's the mind frame I have, but I do have one feature, and that was Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan of Rick Ross. And this was my debut album, like I said again, like, your debut album be your first album, so at that time, like, I'm just going back to my greatest people. Like, when I saw Fab first, when I bought a Fab first album, when I bought a T.I., it wasn't no big features on there. It's just them telling their story. So, like, my first album is more monumental to me, opposed to just, like, having a lot of niggas on this shit, make it seem like I'm hit searching. When I know I'm the hit engine, these niggas need me. So I just want to get back to self and pop my shit.
Was it tough to keep, I mean, as much as you like Ross, was it tough keeping the Ross feature because maybe you wanted that statement, 19 songs, no features?
It wasn't like, if it was up to me, it would have been no features. Like, just completely up, like, all just me. But at the same time, like, he the boss, man. He in Atlanta, like, I feel as if he's part of, like, this hip-hop culture. You know what I mean? He not old, but he on the verge of being old. But he's still young, and I look up to him, so I want to put Ross on that shit.
First time working with Rick?
Oh, no, not at all. Not my first time. How long? No, it wasn't my first time working with Rick, but my first time having Rick on one of my songs. I can say that. You feel me? I own this one. You feel me? So, but nah, man, you gotta think. Ricky Rose, I pulled up to the house. Just got gems from him. So yeah, like, he the real one. The Beat for Change, Future still might got that on his hard drive. Because I think Cassie J gave the beat to me and Future. You know what I'm saying? I know that's dope. I just said it in another interview, but I know that's gonna go viral. And yeah, so shit, yeah, Future got the beat too. But Cassie J tried to remake the beat to change. And it just went him to me, and they had that same feel. So us as a team, that's when we got in the business mode. Shit, we both got the beat. Let's just cash them out for it. Let's buy it. And, you know, first come, first served then.
You mentioned a few names, features and producers. Anybody else you want to shout out that you didn't mention in regards to this project?
I want to shout out everybody who was a part of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Who was in there, just who witnessed me record, man. From the twins, 365 Chase, 365 No, man. You know what I'm saying? Will Game. They from Canada. They my artists. You know what I'm saying? Goonie, he my artist. You know what I'm saying? Mar, the director, to be able to shoot the videos, to capture my visions. You know what I'm saying? My engineer, Quick. You feel me? My team, Monte, my daddy, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who was a part of this project, and I ain't talking about the other ones, like, it's my first project. Of course, I'm gonna forget names, God, but I'm telling people who like, I know sacrifice some hours, like, hard ones, like, just to be, and then, like, if I forgot your name, man, it ain't one intentionally, but I'm just going on what I saw, who was in that studio every day. Me being in that glass, who I saw in there around me for the 10-hour sessions we was in there. You know what I mean? That's what I want to thank more than anybody, because, like, usually I just be in the studio by myself, but everybody drug it out with me. Now, my label, you know what I'm saying, for giving me a chance, you feel me? And then if I forgot you, I forgot you, but if you wasn't in that room, that's your fault. Straight up.